The Spot Her campaign is to raise awareness of endometrial cancer. Here today I have Meagan Good, actor, director, and activist, and Dr. Ginger Gardner, chair of the Foundation for Women's Cancer and vice chair of the Department of Surgery at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Doing
Morning.
well.
Meagan, why is this issue important to you and why did you join the Spot Her campaign?
I had my own uterine cancer scare, and I was going to a routine appointment, and I found out that I had some abnormal cells in my uterus, and that was a terrifying experience because both of my grandmothers have passed away from cancer. My grandfather, my aunt had just had a mastectomy, and so to hear that I had abnormal cells in my uterus was like, okay, but what does this mean and what's going to happen? And then also for the doctor to say this could potentially develop into something that is cancerous. And so I was just very thankful that we were able to get in front of it. We were able to figure out what everything was. I upped my appointments, and now I just do my appointments regularly. But I just want to encourage women to take this conversation very, very seriously and to have the conversation and for it not to be taboo or uncomfortable, but to normalize it, because especially in the Black community with women of color, the statistics are only 53% of Black women are diagnosed early, which leaves the whole other percentage of women who are not diagnosed early. And so just encouraging the conversation and making sure that I'm playing my role to do what I can do to hope that others are as lucky as I am. And if someone does have endometrial cancer, that they are able to get treatment early and not late.
Meagan, why do you think uterine cancer symptoms go overlooked, especially in communities of color?
Well, I know that Dr. Gardner could speak to that a little bit more, but to me, I think it's just because the conversation is stigmatized. It's just not something that we talk about. And I think that there's a lot of assumptions around what it is or why it could be, and it's just not a widely spoken about conversation. And so, again, I think it's really about normalizing it and understanding that this is something that we're all in together, and simply being proactive and just getting ourselves consistently, having consistent appointments can really be the difference between life and death in some cases.
Dr. Gardner, speaking of that, what potential signs and symptoms of this cancer should women look for and report to a doctor?
The most common symptom of endometrial cancer is abnormal vaginal bleeding. So that could be heavy period for a month, bleeding in between periods. It could be bleeding after menopausal transition. So any change in the bleeding pattern really should be discussed with a woman's healthcare provider to seek more information. An office biopsy provides a huge opportunity for early disease recognition and curative treatment.
Now, Dr. Gardner, what are some of the common risk factors?
Well, there's a number of risk factors. We're actually seeing endometrial cancer rates are on the rise. And that's true for all women, and it's especially true for women of color. So this is really an important time to be having this conversation about endometrial cancer. What's causing this? I think there's a number of issues at play. One, as Meagan mentioned, it's sometimes hard to talk about these things. So let's get out there. Let's have the conversation. Another component is we are seeing a biologic difference where certain high-risk cell types are occurring more frequently amongst women of color. And so that's something that we're looking at scientifically to better understand what's the underlying biology that's happening here. So this disease can play out with a different manifestation for different communities, and we're behind getting more information out there in the community, talking about endometrial cancer, raising awareness, and moving the bar for improved patient outcomes and awareness.
Now, Meagan, can you tell me more about the Spot Her virtual walk and how people can raise awareness on social media?
Yes. So with the Spot Her virtual walk, one of the main ways that you can raise awareness and let people know that you're participating and encourage other people to participate is to hashtag while you are walking at hashtag Spot Her for EC. Let people know what you're doing. If you're doing it with friends or family, make sure that you're wearing your fanny pack. That's a way for you to represent, and that's because we wear it in front of our uterus. And so it's really us out there representing, encouraging each other, letting each other know that we're in this thing together. Also encouraging each other to get more information at spother4ec.com, which is also where you can register, and just getting the word out there and really making an impact, one that we have ownership over, instead of being bystanders and watching, actually getting activated and saying, here's how I make a difference. Here's how I help spread this movement. Here's how I, create change and protect my sisters and protect myself. And also for every mile that you complete, ASI is going to donate $1 between Force and Share, which are cancer advocacy groups, and we need that. We need to continue to advocate. We need to continue to support, to bring awareness, to educate, and all of the above.
Definitely, and I assure you, you're going to have the men on your side too, doing this virtual walk too. Definitely.
Well, amen.
Love it.
We did women.
Definitely need it all.
Right. Now, one more time, doctor, where can we go for more information about endometrial cancer?
So for more information about endometrial cancer, go to spother4ec.com. Spother4ec.com. Lots of information, way to engage and be involved, and we welcome everyone.
I'll be out there walking with you ladies too, trust me.
We'll look for you.
I'll be there. Meagan, Dr. Gardner, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. And I will encourage the men here in St. Louis to join the women and encourage the women to do it too.
Amen.
Thank you.